What's crafting, guys? Welcome back to episode 15 of my Minecraft Let's Play series. Now I'm going to apologise now, I am recovering from the flu, so my voice might sound a little bit more mumbly than normal. But last time we started on the Auto Crafter Super Smelter Deluxe system. We're doing the bottom part, and I think this episode we're going to just try and cover up the bottom part and maybe sort out the system that goes above it. But first I want to quickly show you something. So you might be questioning what this is. Now, when I was lighting up the caves in the area to try and improve spawn rates for the iron golems, I actually stumbled across a skeleton spawner, which is just below here, and I'll show you that in a moment. So what I've done is I wanted to have a stream that pushed them up, brought them out, and then dropped them into a killing chamber just over here, so I can collect everything. Obviously the collection system is just a double chest at the moment, but that'll be sorted into a big system. But I think it's pretty cool, and I want to sort of incorporate this into a building, which we'll do in a minute. I'll just show you down here. This is just a quick sort of entrance so that I can get spawn rate going. So by coming down here, I've created just a little area. I can spawn down here. So while we're waiting down here for the spawner to do its business, we'll take you up in a minute, and I'll show you how it looks with the skeletons that are spawning above. So as you can see, the skeletons are coming up there, dropping down there, and I think that's going to look pretty cool. So let's start on the first time lapse of this episode, and I will come back once it's been built. So after that small time lapse, we are left with this sort of small power substation sort of thing. And what I wanted to do was create some sort of lava heating system that heat up water, and then we'll probably go into a big power station eventually, but this will transport it about. Obviously this is just the inside of it, which is a few beams, a little platform that can get up and down and up down. What I'm going to do is just put a few more hoppers into chests down there, just to divide all the bones and bits and pieces off. And we have a sort of small courtyard as well. Obviously I'm going to change all the ground once I've made a decision on the roads, which I'm still struggling to figure out. But I think once I find something that suits the area, it's going to look brilliant. Obviously there's just a quick barred window there, and I think it fits quite nicely in the area. I've got a big water butt, so that will obviously be feeding into there, go into the ground and do something. I just thought it looked pretty cool, to be honest, and it sort of brings the skeleton spawner to life, sort of thing. So guys, I've noticed that only 18.6% people have subscribed to my videos, so the rest of you, what are you doing? We release every Friday, so why don't you consider smashing the subscribe button and getting the notification bell on, and you can see what new things I'm coming out with every week. So yeah, I think now we're going to have to look at the big beast of a machine, to be honest. We need to get the cobblestone maker done and then try to figure out the TNT, which I think we're just going to do the cobblestone maker now. TNT will probably be next episode, as we need to build a creeper tower sort of thing. So let's build a floor up the top, and then we'll figure out how we're going to load it with some power. So I'll take you on a quick walkthrough of what I've done. Obviously I've added a bit more walkways so that we're able to see the machine. I want to leave it sort of exposed so you can see everything and what's going on. I've had to put a little walkway, so this is probably going to be on the outside of the building, so I need to put some rails on. And then you just come around here and then you can get to all the bits and pieces. Now it's pretty much a basic setup, like a super smelter setup. I've got the fuel down the bottom, and obviously the hoppers are the only ones that are going to certain blocks, so that means I've only had to do it like this. And then this is just going to be a temporary setup for now until I figure out an automatic locking system, so when all the bits and pieces come down, it'll go into here, and when it's picked up that it's full, it'll send it on its way down there. So yeah, that's pretty much this floor done. I've done it level so that we can have a second floor, which is pretty cool. So the plan is now to get everything built up above. What I'm going to do is just place 2 chests down here, and we'll open it up, and by the power, once I close this and reopen it again, it's going to be full. Now when I open this, it is full. This is probably roughly all I'm going to need for the build ahead. I'm going to need obviously some placeholder bricks, which will just be like cobblestone or anything that I can find really. Most likely be deep slate, because I've got a ton of that at the moment. But yeah, there it is. What I want to do is also show you the sketch of what the layout is going to be like. So I'll show you that just now. The one on the left is the materials needed, and the one on the right is the layout. And it's just this is basically just the layout of what everything needs. If you want to take a screenshot or just pause it here, just quickly copy it down, let me know. And if you don't understand bits and pieces of it, ask me and I'll explain. And I can always put a screenshot in the community posts. So let's get started with a time lapse, and I'll walk you through each step as we go. Let's get building. It's time for redstone. So here it is in all its glory. Obviously you can't really tell much, and I did say to you that I would walk you through it, but it might be quicker if I talk you through it as we go around. So I've just added some stairs to go up to the different levels. Obviously we've got the level down there where all the materials come down to. I added some hopper system that just brings everything down to where I need it to be. There will be a clock or something added to the minecart eventually, but you come up here. I've done this winding, I wanted it to be fully copper because I quite like a bit of copper. We've got a timer clock which is activated by a piston, which I will set off when I need to. When I set the piston off, it sets off. Well, I'll quickly show you how to do it now. So as soon as you click this, it sets off the redstone clock, as you can see, and that sets off all of the pistons for the cobblestone generator. So the cobblestone generator is just behind here. With the pistons, you've got to make sure you waterlog the pistons, because that is what's going to make the cobblestone, and then you push it, they get pushed across, and then every so often. So we've got another delay over here, which I sort of made up, but it works quite well. And then you've got another piston that goes into the observer and sets off a pulse, which goes all the way up to the top. So we'll go all the way up, and I'll show you. It's quite a long journey. When you get up to the top, it goes into this little thing over here. So it's a hopper which is going to be loaded up with TNT when that gets set off. And I did try a couple of methods, and this seemed to be the best, just to set off one individual TNT rather than two, and then it explodes and breaks the machine. So instead of having a delay on here, it's just a straight line. Instead of having different setups down the bottom, it's basically a sticky piston and the observer. I wanted the TNT to go to water stream, just hit there, and then right below is where all the cobblestone is. Right just below the layer in there as well, I put a small piece of obsidian. Now the obsidian's there so that if TNT does decide to go through the cobblestone, then it's got a platform to land on, and that means that none of the machine breaks. Now I have been mining for a while to get all this obsidian, and it works, but I don't have a lot of gunpowder and sand, so we'll just go do a quick session now, and I'll come back and we'll make some TNT and we'll give it a go and see how it's working. So I've had enough gunpowder to cover 10, yes that's 10 TNT. I know it doesn't sound much, but it would be enough for our testing purposes. So let's go up here, let's just load this up with the TNT. So it's all loaded up now, and we need to go back down and throw the lever. Now I'd probably need to put some safety barriers on this just to make it a little bit safer, but let's see. We'll throw this lever. So now the pulse is going, and we should be seeing a TNT come any minute now. There you go. So that has set off, and it works. I don't see anything breaking. I don't see the obsidian's doing a good job of blocking everything. Now that's working. There's nothing damaged, I don't think. Let's go all the way down and let's have a look, see if there's anything broken. Well, you're actually alright. We're actually pretty much set. Now everything's going into here, and let's see what we've got. 38 just from about 3 TNTs, which isn't too bad. We just set that off. It goes off into the system. It's a lot of running around, I know. Oh, what was that? I think there might be some redstone jammed up in the system, unfortunately. But this is working fine. Let's just quickly turn off this minecart. There is a lot of automation that I'm going to need to do, like automatic Minecraft setter offers, bits and pieces like that. But you come around here, that's working, which means it's going into the double chest, which means it's going to get converted into something else. So yeah, pretty much happy with how that's turned out. But I think we're going to start next time on the building around it, because that's going to be quite interesting to try and tie in with this area and connect it over there. Now, last time I asked you all about what I should make for the roads to obviously complement the buildings, and you guys have done an overwhelming case of this. So it's various different parts of deep slate, so mostly silk touched deep slates. So what we'll do now, we'll get into a little time lapse and we'll get down some of these basic roads. There we go with the basic look of the roads. I think it's given it quite a nice little texture. It's not too overpowering, and it definitely makes the big factories like pop out. What I am thinking is just these little paths around here, maybe use the cobblestone and bricks and stuff just to sort of break that section up as well, and to make it different from the main road. And I haven't taken it all the way up to the top yet, because I've not decided if I want to have a wall around it first before I had the after the electric factory or not. And I haven't continued it over there just yet because I want to see how big this building is first, and then I can build the walls, the roads and the paths around it. But it has brought it together and it looks amazing. It does look cool, and I agree with you guys. Thank you so much for all who voted for this, because it works perfectly and it looks amazing. So in this episode we've actually built quite a lot. We've built this bone meal farm over there. We finished off the redstone construction for the auto crafter, super smelter, cobblestone maker, TNT exploder machine. I need a better name, so if you guys have got any better names for me, let me know. We built a couple of the streets and it's slowly getting there, and the area is now looking like an industrial area. So guys, don't forget to drop me a like, smash the subscribe button, and if you haven't already done so, give me a quick comment if you want to, and stay crafty. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to check out these past episodes.